Awesome.
All right, guys, recording this for the whole family. I'm gonna send it out on the chats, emails, everything. Um, and I got Jen here today, guys. We're building relationships, and I put up a video yesterday on Facebook of like people complaining I can't find deals. They come into the group and stuff like that. And it's always the who, not how. Like being a deal finder is special. Like Jaideep, Robert Musso, Jen, Andrew Mullins, Christopher Fett. I can name the deal finder. You know, Yosef, for example, like I said, he's in 22 deals. He's not a deal finder. I'm not a deal finder anymore either. I used to be. Found the fourth family, my brother. I used to go look for deals for partners, and I'm good at that. But I don't need that. That's not what I should be doing. So the main thing is you just don't partner with anybody. We're building relationships. Like I showed on that video, it's Josh, he gets on calls twice a month. I said once a month, twice a month for like 8 months, 10 months with Jaideep before he realized like, yeah, I want to be in one of Jaideep's deals. You can do it less, could to sometimes take 2 or 3 months. Like say Jen, you get on with Melanie. I know you guys have hit it off. I put on the chat network with Melanie and Howard. I know there'll be synergies there. I'm not going to say definitely, but I know there are because I see people every day. You're both good people and you're both hard workers. Melanie and Howard both are hard workers. You and your husband are hard workers. And Darren already told me, I know you'll have synergies. So there, it won't take you a year. In 2 months, you guys will know she'll want to be in a deal with you, or a month. So and I help speed that up. If it wasn't from me, it might take you 8 months. But me both saying you're both good people, you're both hard workers. And that's the reason we're having this call today is for the people that showed up and it's on a Tuesday at 12, so I don't expect a lot of people to come. We're gonna get the video out there. I'm gonna make a video and put it on. I want you to meet Jen, and they're getting deals. They got a 4 unit and they got like a 10 unit behind it, but they need to close this 4 unit. And she's gonna go over all the details. Now, she is new to this information. She usually has her partner, a capital partner, and he's kind of maxed out. So I got her in touch with Jaideep because he gave her scenarios. She's like, but I don't know what to charge, how to structure it because it gets complicated. People might get mad at me, say I charge too much. So Jaideep walked her through how to JV with, like, say it's 200K. Two people at 50, one person at 100. Optimal is one person at 200, or just get a capital partner like 10%. Jaideep gave her the amount. I think he told you 10% for the whole duration, and nothing, no waterfalls, nothing, just straight 10%, nothing. Or get a person to lend the money. So a hard money guy, long term, short term until cash out. So he was helping her see what would work, and she got favorable stuff. I think they're holding a note on it, and she only needs 200K. So, oh, here's Inna coming in. So, I mean, I didn't look at the deal. So if anybody's like, I want a deal and I can't get a deal, you look at the underwriting, you let Hadar look at the underwriting, you let Hoon and Hadar, and then if it's a deal, you partner. Now, if her and her husband maybe mess up a little bit, it should be the fact that, like I said, I would partner with her knowing that if the deal's good and the market's good, I'm okay if they mess up a little because I can run it by myself. I could be like, listen, I'm helping out. I always tell people, you want a deal, don't just give 50K and then, like, if something happens, like, oh my God, you're not doing a good job. No, you should be able to add value and help solve the problems as a team. And if you can't, then why are you JVing? You could just go put that 50K to syndication. So you got to be willing to help in the bad times, not criticize. You know what I'm saying? So in saying that, Jen, please say where you and your husband are from. You're in Jake and Gino #1. Then you'll talk about where you're from, what you guys do, and then just, we're not going to share underwriting, whatever, but you have a package that will put your cell phone up. You could send and talk about the deal because it's a simple deal, and then what you got going on.
Perfect. So thank you for having me on, though. I really appreciate your time. So my name's Jen. My husband's Joe. We have been basically in real estate for about 10 years. I've been a real estate agent for 12. He's been a contractor licensed for 10. So we've done, our own house flips. We've done smaller units, but most of our stuff's always been self-funded. So we never really had to go out and get partners on our fourplexes or duplexes or stuff. And so when we moved to Gulf Shores, Alabama, which is where we're from now, 2 years ago, we kind of had to start over. We sold our company in Tennessee and came out here. And now we're wanting to get back into stuff. Well, where we're at is a good amount of our money that we had in Tennessee is still tied up in Tennessee. We've got a piece of property up there that is listed currently, but we're waiting for that to sell to be liquid again. And so we find ourselves in this position of now we need to go seek partners. And so hence why we're on this call. So we've got two duplexes in Gulf Shores, pretty much in our backyard that
Stop right there
we,
1 second. Josh told me that's a nice, because I said, is it a bad area? No, he said it's a nice area. Was it near the beach?
so this duplex in particular is 12 minutes from the beach, 7 minutes from Gulf Shores Airport. It's right off of Highway 59, which is the main road. It's in a really good area. It's right next to Target. If that tells you anything, everyone knows how Target people are. So, but we've actually negotiated seller financing on this deal at 6% for 3 years. So what we're needing is someone to come in and assist us on the 200. We've got 125 that we're putting down, and then we're
You
taking
guys are putting
75 of that.
125K?
No, that's out of the 200
Okay.
is 125, and then 75 of that we have negated towards some rehab. We're going to put privacy fencing in for each unit. And then two of the units out of the four, we are going to do short-term rental. So that's also going to help furnish those and get that set up. So that's really what we're seeking right now, is to just get in the market here and find some
So,
partners that are interested
so
in the
real
area.
quick, like I'm looking at this page, Nick Lassier, Venetia, it's only 200K. If you guys are looking for tax benefits, deals, whatever, Nick, if you have friends that want, like not even you, like what I'm saying is if you see this, you have friends, oh my God, I want a deal. Introduce her to Jen. You know, I want her to start networking. She just got into like MIH, so she doesn't know anybody. Because if she was in MIH for 6 months, she would have $2 million of people wanting to do this right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm doing this video for her. So even Venetia, you're around a lot of people. So with a lot of money, like if you know anybody, any doctor or anybody, even you and your husband, if you start building a relationship with Jen, um, I know these small deals are great just to get into to get the tax benefits and stuff like that. Cipriano, even not for you, you know everybody in Jake and Gino, bro. So do I, but I'm just so busy. And then you know everybody in MIH. Like, be like it's 200K. Like, I don't know if it's a deal. Like I said, we need Hadar or somebody like, or you guys like Sip. If you're really gonna look at, I don't have time to look at this stuff to her deal. But if you have time to look at the underwriting, you get two people at 50K, one person at 100K. Done, done. Like this is like that video I put up. People joining my age and like I can't find deals. Here you go. Start small. Think big. Start small. So, um, what did Jen? What did Jay recommend? A JV with two people in it? Or what do you recommend? Get a capital partner? What was his recommendation?
So we could go one of either way. We could do capital partner at 10% and keep it simple, since it's a really not a huge overhaul as far as
Doctors
property.
love that a lot of times. You give a doctor 10%, that's great.
And
You
then
know,
we did talk JV, and we're totally fine with doing that. So it really just depends on who comes and wants to partner, because at the same time too, we're looking for future. We want to keep doing this. We've got a 10 unit that I'm underwriting right now that's also in our backyard. We just went under contract yesterday on a flip that's 2 lots that we're going to develop. I mean, so stuff's coming in like crazy. We just need to find the right people.
guys, did you see what I said on the video yesterday? She's a deal finder. They're special. You know, what I mean, if they're real deals, like if they're good deals, and on the market, you got to be careful. You know, like Smitty was saying, Florida. Yeah, Florida's a good market. Depends where. Like, I'm not going to buy near the flood zone, hurricane zones. I don't care what kind of fucking discount you get. You know, the insurance, or you'll be wiped. Eventually, a hurricane's going to come out and wipe it out. You know, especially your St. Pete and all in that area. But yeah, that's why we build the relationships. Because if you're an MIH, you'll never have a deal problem if you network with all 250 people and build synergies. I have a deal problem. I have too many deals. Me and Rob have three more deals in contract. Now I have 3 deals I'm closing a 17 unit. I have 3 deals in contract. If Chris Jackson calls me and gets a deal, that's 4. If Aaron Ford's working on one, that's 5. I'm like going to bed at night praying, please, my partners. I hope they don't get deals for 3-4 months. Okay. Most people are going, oh man, I just would love another 10 unit. All right. So I network with 280 people because I have to onboard them and coach them. So I have to network with people. So it's great. The reason I'm so super, everybody looks at chat, I'm super successful because I network with everybody. So that's why this is important to Jen. That was really great intro about you and your husband. Um, Questions about the deal. How did you find it? Is it on market, off market, direct to seller?
So being an agent licensed here, I looked at this deal probably a year ago and it was on market. They were priced too high. I think he was listed at like 1.3 and right now it's worth 1.1. And it's vacant. They haven't had it rented because they used to hold, I think it's J&M workers, J&L workers back in the day. Um, and so they don't even live here. They just let it sit there and pay the taxes, and it's in such a good neighborhood. I offered originally 750 on it. Of course, got knocked down, and I let it go off market and expire. And then I went and found the owner on my own and called him and said, "Hey, let me know if you want to make a deal." And he did. And so we negotiated it down to 800. And then he's going to
So,
seller
so if
finance
it appraised at
675.
1-1, you have instant equity in it right there.
Yeah. And then our projected at year 3 is about 1.3.
So this is if it's underwritten correctly, this is a deal. And one way or the other, I just told you, I just landed. Me and Robert is 1.2. Andrew Mullins, I got him 1.5. I got to have a little scotch at nighttime, so my brain stops running circles. And I mean, even Dr. Gupta, I was just on the phone with him yesterday. Kushner's putting in two. I got to get somebody who wants a JV deal, like not Doctor, because he's tied 4 million into it, but somebody, the right person who sees the value in this deal. You know, um, I mean, guys, any questions out there?
Yeah, Jen, what's the strategy? Like, do you want to hold it long term? Is there like, are you projecting a refi maybe in a couple of years, or what's the overall strategy?
Got it right now. Kind of the way I've underwritten it is year 3, we would, because that's when we need to pay the financing off, is either refi, and if our partner or said investor wants to get out at that time, we can do that. Or if they want to stay in, they can, because we plan to hold it. I mean, this area is growing at an exponential rate. There's so much going on, which if anyone's curious about that, I have facts that I can send along with my package that shows just growth rates, all the companies that are coming to the area, and just stuff it's crazy. So we want to hold. That's kind of our goal, is to
Well, if you
build it.
if you get it at 800 and it's appraised at 1-1, it doesn't make sense to sell it. Like if you're buying the Gino Barbaro buy right, manage right, finance right. If you're buying it right, and it's like a Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, where it emerges, and you're protected. There's no reason to sell. Unless you want to go bigger, unless you sell the 4 units and you find the 20 unit and you just 1031 the money, or you whatever, because I always say,
Well, I
oh,
think
20 years.
the good one with this property as well is it's far enough but close enough to the beach that it's not considered in a flood zone. And we also, Gulf Shores doesn't give out their short-term rental certificates anymore. It's kind of hard to come by. And this property does have the permitting to do short-term rentals. And so, I mean, it's kind of just a no-brainer for us on this property. So
Sip, you got to make a few phone calls and introductions for her, man.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to think of how the heck I can come up with some money because right now I'm like in the middle of trying to
I
close
know.
another deal. So it's but yeah, I'll definitely try to make it happen.
Hey, Jen, I direct message you my and Melanie's contact info. Make sure you take it down and send us the packets because we're interested.
I will absolutely thank you for
Yeah.
that.
So the JV
Same
deal,
here, Jen.
would it be a standard 70-30, Jaideep said?
I think yes, we can do that. I think kind of where we were at, though, being heavy operator and dealing with short-term rental, like the constant turnovers and all the stuff, we were kind of looking more at a 60-40, with the 60 heavy on the investor side. But we're open to negotiate whatever makes sense for everybody.
I think
Because we're
it's your,
also going to handle
I
rehab.
think it's your first deal, and I think you do a 70-30 with the investors got to help you a little bit. Like if it's a Howard, just saying, if it's a Howard and Melanie, you gotta train them a little maybe and have them, you gotta learn how to delegate and give them maybe accounting numbers or something. You got to give them some work. Okay. Because 60-40 is doable. And I know what you're saying. By the way, guys, you know why 60-40? Because the short-term rental side sucks. It's a fucking job and it's 7 days a week. It sucks. Multifamily is sucks too, but it's not short-term rent. You guys know whoever owns one, it is 7 days a week. It's a business. You got the cleaning, you got this, you got the bookings, you got the sites, you got advertising. I mean, it's out of control. So I agree with that, but I would say since the first deal with the person, maybe do a 70-30. And
Well,
they
that's
got you
fine.
guys, whoever but say Howard and Melanie came in, they want to participate, they want to work, and maybe they might not know how to do something, but Howard, he opens businesses. He is top realtor in the last couple of years, So I mean, it's like getting a VA. You just be like, just give them something that you guys don't want to do, and they're gonna have to help. If they do, it's 70-30 instead of 60. Even on the short-term rental side, if they got to handle marketing, or if they got to handle the maids or whatever, like, don't you handle them the really crucial shit that you're scared of, and then give them the stuff like the maids or this or that or something that's not so crucial. As in, if they don't do it as good as you, it's not gonna lose money. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if you're worried, you know. What do you think?
On this one, like we're truly, we're fine with negotiating whatever works for everybody. We know what it's like to start and build confidence and your partners and all of that and get to know each other. So
Here's another thing. People get upset about this, but this is true. Jaideep said it's a 1% to 3% finder fee. If the deal is super juicy, you put a 3%. If the deal doesn't have a lot of room, you put a 1%. And then the two depends. You know what I'm saying? If it's a slamming deal, you get, and 3% of the deal is not a lot. It's gonna be like, say, 30, 40, or 50 grand for you, but you found the deal. If they get into the deal with you, without you, they couldn't get into the deal. So I asked Jaideep, how do you base it on it? He's like, he goes, it depends on the juiciness of the deal. If it's a freaking 3x, yeah, you're putting a 3% finder fee in. You're putting a 3% finder fee in, but they're still 3xing their money. It's like no brainer. If it's a 1.8x, maybe it's a 1% finder fee. So it all depends. You have to play with that. And Jen, I would text Jaideep now that you have a relationship with him and ask him, like, these are returns. Am I too much on the finder fee, or what would you recommend the finder fee on these kind of returns for the 70-30 split JV person to keep everybody happy? Okay. And here's one regret, guys. Sometimes you have, as the person who finds the deal and say self-manages, you got to make sure you get paid enough in the front end, because once you're a year into the deal and you're doing all this fucking work and you're like, oh my God, this is 3 times the amount of work and I'm not making enough money. That's the worst feeling in the world. Because then you're like, shouldn't have done this deal. It's not worth it. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure in the beginning that you structure it right, so there's no regrets. So the JV partner and the regular partner, you guys last, and the deal doesn't have to sell. Because if it's too much work, a year and a half in, you're like, I'm not making enough, I have to sell it. It's not worth it. It's taking 6 days of my life, 6 days a week of my life, and I'm making freaking this much. So it's got to work for both parties and for everybody to help. Venetia, any questions while you're out there? Nick last year, any questions? No? Mr. Tomei.
Hey, Jen, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Eric. It's great. Thank you. Thank you for the presentation, and I welcome to the family, by the way. And I sent you my personal information and messaged you. I have been to Gulf Shores. I've vacationed there. It is beautiful. The area is a no-brainer. I don't know about the deal, but the area is a no-brainer. I mean, it is a very beautiful area, and people are consistently looking for short and long-term rentals there. Hopefully we can connect one-on-one soon. But I just wanted to introduce myself and just say welcome to the family, and you will be probably welcomed with open arms.
Eric, when you jump on Zoom, jump on with Andy or separately. Make sure she meets Andy also. And then Nick last year is also a Michigan guy from them. So, yeah, I mean, and Jen, after this deal, we're gonna get you. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I just funded, me and Robert just closed 1.2 million down. So literally, and we have 3 more. So I just got to find you the right person. I'm actually going to call Sunil Gupta to see if he has anybody that doesn't want syndications. That's what I say. I'm like, dude, don't get me somebody who wants syndications, because he saves those for Chris. I'm like, there is his SEMA. She doesn't want syndications. She wants small deals like this. She was asking me, because I got her into a 44 unit and I made her a lot of money. I 3x'd her money. So I'll tell her, I'm going to say to her, and I think she's ready. So I have to get you somebody, you know, and then we're gonna look at the deal, and it's like I said, it's a simple, small deal. So, and then tell me real quick before we hang up, what's going on? Where's this 10 unit?
The 10 unit is in Foley, Alabama, which is just about 15 minutes farther than Gulf Shores. It's one of the most growing cities actually in Baldwin County. And it's a 10 unit. They're all 2-bedroom, 1 baths. And if
Right there. Hadar loves when it's all 2 beds. He likes a mix sometimes, not a lot of 1 beds. He'd rather have like 80% 2 beds than some ones, but 2 beds are good. You know, go
yeah,
ahead.
and we went and walked them yesterday, went and looked in a couple of the units. Right now it's a little odd. 9 of them are actually used as short-term rentals and 1 is a long-term. So I'm waiting on numbers to come in today to see how that works, because that's a lot of units smacked right next to each
That's a lot
other.
of higher income if they're getting a purchase price. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, he
So-
said he's averaging about 200 a year net on that. So I want to see the numbers.
Okay.
But we're working on that one.
All right. Sounds, oh, I just missed the call. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, sounds good. So guys, Jen, put your cell phone in the chat. And have her text her your email, and she will email you the package over. That's when she gets it ready. I think she's working on it. And once again, could be a 10%, like a doctor or engineer, IT, whoever, 10% partner, just straight 10%, or it could be a capital partner, you know, like or whatever, a long-term loan or short-term loan or something. All right. And if it's not for you guys, like Howard, if it's not for you and Melanie, I know you're in California, there's a ton of money around you. Like, mention it to a few of your friends. I guarantee you, even if they're not looking, be like, yeah, I'm sitting on $1 million. I don't know what to do with it. You know, introduce it in Jen. You know, maybe you get your Howard, maybe you get one of your buddies in for 150K and you and Melanie put 50K. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. I think
We
that this,
definitely want to look at the numbers and definitely want to jump on a call with Jen. So I've texted her all my info. I'm taking her info down, and yeah, we're definitely interested.
awesome. And I already tagged Melanie to Zoom with her. So good stuff. That's how it happens. See,
Thank you.
yeah, this is Jen. This is how it happens in MIH. And now I'm going to take this recording, Jen. I'm going to make I'm going to make a YouTube link from it because it's short. It's 30 minutes. I'm going to have my 18-year-old daughter text 280 MIH family members saying, even if you don't want to invest, you have to have people who want deals, who want tax benefits. So I will have my daughter text 280 members, and I will tell them to get on. You're going to be busy, but I'm going to tell you right now, I am super successful because I networked with 700 Jake and Gino people because I onboarded them, and the same thing with Yosef. You have to meet, even if you're not going to do deals with them, because they may have somebody. Slowly, you got to, out of the 280, I got to get you in touch with 150 and 175 MIH members, 1 or 2 a week. And I think you can handle 2 a week. And after 50 weeks, you'll have 100 people. And then you'll become limitless. And when you have if a deal is a deal and you send underwriting, it's a deal, it'll be like this. I wish I could have did it this time, but you just met me now. Okay.
No, I'm excited for the future and to be a part of the family, and look forward to meeting everyone else.
Awesome. Great stuff, guys. If there's no more questions, that's all we needed, and we can get back to I can hit the gym.
Thanks, Marco. Thanks, Jen. Appreciate it. Good
Thanks,
meeting you
Marco.
guys.
Thanks,
Good seeing
Jen.
everybody.
Guys, thanks for jumping on, everybody. Appreciate it.
Really nice to see everybody.
Take care.
Marco, Cipriano, Eric, who just jumped off, Reno, Jess, Jen, excuse me. Really nice to meet you. Looking forward to jumping on a call with you soon.
You too. Thank you.
You guys.
Take care, guys.
Take care. Bye.